Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and Jones Road has entered the chat. It's the Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer from Jones Road. Thank you, Jones Road, for sending me this in PR. I have shade Fair. This is a tinted moisturizer that comes in 16 different shades. It's $44 for 1.69 fluid ounces of product. How many milliliters is that? 50 mils. So that's like $26 an ounce. And considering that the drugstore is currently getting and breaching the $20 level, we're in like low-end prestige pricing. So this is really reasonably priced for Jones Road, in my opinion. 16 shades. I've got this in shade Fair. Let's take a look at what this is described as. The Just Enough is a lightweight tinted moisturizer that conceals redness and evens out skin tone with light coverage. It improves hydration and protects skin's moisture barrier from water loss. It's the quickest way to feel put together without looking like you've done anything. It's simply your skin, but better. Looking at the ingredients, they look pretty straightforward. It looks like a pretty simple formula. It looks hydrating, not a ton of different ingredients in here, which I like. I like simple. I like simple. I don't see any added fragrance, so that is good. It does have a form of hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate. It's smaller than hyaluronic acid, but similar properties as far as like holding multiple times its weight in water and helping. That's what's helping reduce the transepidermal water loss. Why are words so difficult today? I do not know. So there's 2 shades lighter than the shade Fair that I have, and then there's one fair shade. I've got the Fair Cool. There's also a Fair Neutral before they get into the light shades. They go all the way through deep, so the 16 shades is a nice inclusive shade range. Let's take a look at shade Fair, swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Jones Road, the Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer in shade Fair. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. Please let me know, what MAC foundation would you like me to swatch in place of this? Because Studio Sculpt has been discontinued and I'm almost out of it. And I like to have a MAC foundation in here because a lot of people know what their shade is in MAC. So which MAC foundation should I start swatching instead of Studio Sculpt? And last, I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 50-year-old face. I did not apply primer because I usually don't when I'm doing a super lightweight, like tinted moisturizer kind of a thing. Get the bunny ears going. So yeah, no primer on here, but I do have my full skincare and, up to the sunscreen step on my face. Let's get a palette so we can see what the consistency of this is. There we go. Not too drippy. I think I'm just gonna use fingertips. Probably just fingertips everywhere. Maybe I'll use a brush. Whoa, what is that in my hair? Who knows? Don't mind my hair. My hair's a hot mess today. Should have washed it. Wasn't in the mood. So, yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I'm going to do fingertips on this side of my face. Let's just start there. And then maybe I'll use a brush on the other side. That's what they recommend, fingertips or brush. But something this lightweight, I typically won't use a sponge just because I don't want any more of the product to get soaked up into the sponge. This has a really nice cushiony feel to it. If I had to pick an adjective, it doesn't just feel like lotion or moisturizer. It's got a nice, I know I'm petting myself on camera, but can't think of another way to describe it, but cushiony. It just has a nice feel to it. It's like, it feels cushy, cushiony, cushy. I don't know. I told you, you're just gonna have to deal with words not being my forte today. It does seem to have a little bit of coverage, which I was not expecting really. because, you know, tinted moisturizers don't always excel in the coverage category. It Cosmetics, this is the number 7 brush. Let's just see if it's any different with a brush. Yeah, as far as coverage goes, I'd say it looks the same. Brush or sponge. I am going to go in with just a smidge more and try to get some of my little trouble spots covered. So the blue blood vessel that runs through that part of my face. My chin's still got some redness going on here. My sunspots over here. Let's just even out the forehead a little bit. Make sure we get the nostrils. I don't know why I bother with my nose, because you know I'm just gonna blow my nose 100 times anyway. Yay, allergies. How's this allergy season treating you? Has it been as brutal for you as it has been for me? Oh, it's been brutal. Brutal allergy season this year. Which confuses me, because at least in Virginia, it's been a very slow start to spring. It's been chillier than usual, below average temperatures. It's even been rainy, which I always kind of thought made allergies less bad. Like, I thought it would wash them out of the air, but not this year. It does not seem to be. Or maybe that's a myth and I just made that up in my head. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that is scientifically accurate or not. This is beautiful for a no makeup, and you know I have been doing that invisible makeup from Nick Chapman for like 2 weeks now, is all I've been wearing. And this is beautiful for it. Like, this is the perfect amount of coverage for that kind of a look. It did cover a bit of my sunspots. You can still see them, but they are less magnetized. That's not the right word. Magnified. Less obvious. Blue blood vessel. Yeah, we got some coverage. You know, it's not medium coverage. I can still see it if I look in my 10x mirror, but... Jump scare! Sorry, my camera cut off recording the end of application, but here is the close-up. No issues whatsoever. It is, I would say, light to light medium coverage. Nothing is caked up. Nothing is settling into any of my lines, including the deeper chin lines. Everything is pretty smooth looking. I'm actually pretty impressed with how smooth and blurred my pores look. Nothing is cakey between my eyebrows, which tends to be a problem for me. It looks very natural and skin-like, yet it is doing some color correction and some, you know, just softening the overall appearance of my skin, which kind of helps with the texture and the pore blurring. So I am very pleased with how this one is looking. Back with the Jones Road Tinted Moisturizer. No issues whatsoever. Did not set with powder. I did not apply any extra concealer or anything, so the only thing complexion-wise on my face is the Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer. Trying some new stuff. If you missed my video earlier in the week, I've got a bunch of PR this week. It's been a great mail week. Polite Society has new bronzers out. They are similar to the blush sticks that are like powder but in a stick form. These are like a melting powder kind of situation. And I actually played around with 2 shades today. Their lightest shade is the French Riviera, and then 2 shades deeper is Palm Royale, which has a little bit more of a red undertone, and you know me and my red undertones. So I put this one down first as my primary bronzer, and then I sort of little topped off, you know, tinted the shade a little bit with the red. These are beautiful packaging. Bravo, Polite Society. I am also I'm wearing the new shade Tulip from the Jones Road lip pencils. That is what is on my lips, topped with one of the new shades of the Lawless they dropped a new strawberry collection, and the scent, or I guess flavor, but you're not eating it, but you know how you can kind of taste it? Just like the strawberry shortcake scent from when I was a kid. Did anyone have the strawberry shortcake sleeping bag? I mentioned this in my other video. It just reminds me of that. So I've got that on top here. My eyes are just the shade Stone out of the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. Then I've got the Physicians Formula liquid liner, and from my Ipsy Glam bag, I'm trying the Blink Ultra Volume Tubing Mascara. I don't think it's volume. I think it's more lengthening than volumizing. It gives you that kind of spidery eyelash look. Not my favorite look, but I'm sure that is exactly what they intended. So if you like that look, it's doing it very well. It's just not the look I typically go for with my mascaras. But if you like that look, I do think it's doing it quite well. Nice little spidery lengthening. I would call this more lengthening than volumizing, but you know, we all define things differently now, don't we? The blush I'm wearing is the Merit Flush Balm. This is in their new shade Archival, also sent to me in PR. Lots of PR goodies this week. Loving. Is that everything that's on my face? I think. Oh, and why did I sound so like, oh. That was not meant to sound snobby or negative, because I actually like this stuff. From Revolution, the Laminate Brow Fixer is what I've got in my brows. But they're already falling out a little bit. This little spot likes to not stay up. But this stuff is mostly strong enough to handle my brows, which are heavy and like to fall down. So the only downside is sometimes when I wear it, by the end of the day, it goes on white and then it dries clear, but by the end of the day, it starts getting like a hint of white to it again and looks like creamy, foggy in your brows, and that's a bad look. But it doesn't always do that, so I think it's probably just a matter of having too much product, so just be careful not to use too much product, then you'll be okay. All right, I'm going to go about my day, get you a gloomy daylight check-in in a bit, and then I will come back tonight, give you guys my final thoughts. It is almost 5:30 p.m. Here is where we're at with the Jones Road just enough. I think it looks nice. I think it feels nice. It actually, I might even be able to use the one shade lighter than this one, I think. Although this would be my preferred choice, I think. But as you saw in the swatches, it is a little darker in lightness to darkness than some of my typical matches. I hear an animal. I don't see an animal. Something's over there. I hear it. It's probably a squirrel. All right, there's where we're at. It looks dark. It looks darker than it is. My hand is looking very pale versus my face, but it's not that dark. But I do think I could go a shade lighter. All right, I'll see you guys tonight. We'll wrap this one up. 10:43 p.m. I think we are approaching the 9-hour mark. My memory can't remember what time. I think it was around 2 o'clock that I put this face on. Let's take a look at how the Jones Road Just Enough Skin Tint, Tinted, what do they call it? Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer held up. I think it held up really well. You know, the products that no, do not climb there, Ziva, thank you. Oh, look, we got Charlie too. Products that you can't really see sitting on the skin tend to wear well over time if no weird chemical reactions happen, because I feel like there's nothing to see degradation of. It's kind of like, does your skin remain looking better than it would otherwise, or does it not? Or does it go back to looking how it would otherwise? And I feel like the finish of this stuck around. The bit of color correction stuck around. I've lost a little bit of coverage on my chin. I did have to blow my nose 1,000 times, so ignore the missing product on my nostrils, but like blush and bronzer is still present. So I feel like very good degradation as far as longevity, appearance over time, that kind of thing. Super comfortable, super hydrating. Skin feels absolutely wonderful. Like, it feels like I just have skincare on, which that seems in the wheelhouse for a Jones Road product. I probably should expect that, and I'm glad that I'm experiencing that. Let's zoom in so you guys can see what I am looking at here. I will note that I do have a few flakes of the tubing mascara that I tried on my face. So yeah, that's the relationship I seem to have with tubing mascaras. So please ignore any mascara you see on my face. But otherwise, just lost a little coverage around my chin, which is pretty normal for me. Blush, bronzer, highlight, all intact. Nothing has moved. Nothing has settled into lines. Nothing has caked up, because I still can't see product sitting on top of the skin. Like, it really just looks like my skin, except better than my skin. So yeah, I think this is really pretty. Really nice for a low coverage, quick, no makeup kind of situation. I really need to wash my hair. If I had to give a grade to the Jones Road Just Enough, this is just enough. I really like this. I really like how it feels. I really like how it wore. I really like the finish. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. I like how it felt when I applied it. I like how it feels now at the end of the day. Like, this is just good stuff. I'm gonna have to reverse engineer some of the ingredients if I ever make my own skin tint. That is not happening anytime soon. Do not take that as any kind of foreshadowing. This is, no, not going there. Everyone's like, when are you going to make a foundation? Do you know how hard it is to make a good foundation? No. Not yet, not yet. I haven't even thought about starting that. Like, nope, not there yet. Not ready to tackle that. That's a multi-year project. Not yet. But if I had to give a grade to the Jones Road, which this probably has been in development for a few years, gotta give it an A. Love it. Absolutely love it. Totally. You know I love Bobbi Brown anyway. She's just awesome. And so it's no surprise that she knows what the 40-plus crowd might be looking for in a skin tint. Thank you very much, Bobbi Brown. There you have it. Another Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to purchase next. I just ordered the Lawless and the... oh, what was the other one? Can't remember. I still might pick up the Milk. Milk has a skin tint out. I might pick that up. Didn't order it yet. I almost did, then I decided not to, but I still might. Yeah, let me know. I have the new Hourglass that I need to try. I have it here already. I have the Versed from Target. Versed. I'm not even sure Versed? I don't know. I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce that. I do have that one as well. I need to film that. But let me know what you want to see down in the comments below. Hit me up on Patreon. If you're over on my Patreon, you will get behind the scenes sorts of things. If you sign up at the Goldfish tier, I send out a handmade gift every month from my skincare line. And yeah, that's all the excitement. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.